Yeah,
All right,
but
so I want to do something real quick. And y'all tell me if they want to change it in the next 5 years. I'm gonna give y'all four teams of a big three. Yeah, it's random too. Y'all, you ready? The first
yeah.
one, the first big three is Jason Kidd, Pistol Pete, and Larry Bird, and you can put them on the Knicks. Do they win the championship in the next 5 years in this era right now?
The current Nick roster, or
Yes.
So Larry Bird.
Jason Kidd and Pistol Pete.
so just so that we're clear, who are they replacing?
Nobody.
They go play. If you want to replace Julius Randle, RJ, you can, or they can stay. It's your choice. It don't matter.
I'll keep everybody on the team.
They're still not winning.
I'll keep everybody on the team. Cause does it really matter?
No, that's
No chip in 5 years.
no.
In the next 5 years,
No.
it's on. Honestly, it's hard
In the next
because we don't know what
5 years?
goes on in the next 5 years. But I would say yes, cause Larry could possibly get them one. Larry and Pete. I think Larry would Pete. Mitch hold it down in the paint.
They gotta go. They got a top off debatable point guard of all time.
Yeah, Jason Kidd play defense. I think they could get one at least in the next 5 years. They got the good. They got some, and it's not like they got the same goofballs on the team. Like they have the same goofballs on the team, but they got smarter players around them. Look at the three players that you're bringing in. Larry, high IQ. Jason Kidd, one of the highest IQs of all time. Pete Maravich, one of the best passers of all time, high IQ. I think them just bringing that IQ was good.
No one else is consistent.
Yeah, but
everybody else on that team,
you
besides
know,
them three, are too inconsistent to win a title.
You gotta when people lead by example.
You're gonna better.
Yeah, and look at the type of passers they have. Pete, all three of them can pass at a very high level. I feel like obviously having good passes like that, you're gonna be able to get easier shots off, and you're gonna be able to shoot a lot better. I think they'll get at least one.
And all three of them are leaders.
Yeah, and they all gonna lead by example just off that too. I think they could get one at least.
Right, the next team is Kyrie, Paul Pierce, and Karl Malone, and I'm gonna put Karl Malone back on the Jazz.
So we're sending Kyrie, Karl Malone, and who else to the Jazz?
Paul Pierce, the truth.
Paul Pierce.
I say nah.
Yes.
I say no.
I say nah. Not enough.
Right now.
In the next 5 years? In the next 5 years with that current roster? Yeah.
I don't think so.
Not?
I don't think that's good enough. I don't think the defense is good enough.
I don't think Laurie McCann and Karl Malone will work.
It'll work. It'll definitely work. I see it working. I see it working completely.
I don't know.
Just flip the lineup a little bit. Put Karl Malone at the 5, Laurie at the 4, Paul Pierce at the 3.
What true point guard do they have though?
I see that completely working. You still got Jordan Clarkson coming off the bench.
Nah, like I know that Karl Malone is a monster and all, but you do know that like he really does benefit from playing with a guy like John Stockton. Of course, he could get it on his own. He was a monster, but he benefited from playing with a guy like John Stockton. Playing with a guy like Kyrie, you don't get as much touches. You gonna have to change the way you play because he's not gonna always get the rock in the post playing with a guy like Kyrie. I don't know how much that really would fit together and work. I think the offense would fit decently. But I don't know how much it would fit together and work. And I don't see their defense that good.
The defense will be the biggest concern, but I'd still see it working in 5 years.
Defense? Why do you think defense?
I don't think they're gonna be that good on defense. Guys like Kyrie, guys like Laurie McCann.
Kyrie can play defense, but he's not a known defender. Paul Pierce can play defense, but he's not a known defender.
Malone can play defense.
Who's Karl Malone guarding in this era?
If you think about it, like you said, you put Karl at the 5, you got Laurie McKinnon at the 4. That's a 7-foot wing.
Who was Laurie guarding? Who was Laurie guarding?
You're right.
And then when Karl Malone go up against a guy like Embiid,
end of that team.
A guy like Embiid, Jokic is giving them buckets. I ain't like Cat. Like even though Carl is a strong guy, he's big, strong. He plays defense.
Even though Cat's a soft ass nigga, he's still gonna give
Yeah,
more,
Cat's
maybe
gonna
even
get some
some
buckets
buckets. I'm
on
not
him.
gonna lie.
I think.
All right, so next team, I got
Gilbert. Oh my god.
and Alonzo Mourning going down there to Washington.
So Agent Zero, Ray Allen, and Alonzo
Not
Mourning.
Ray Allen, Dwayne Wade.
Dwayne Wade.
Dwayne Wade,
And Alonzo
Gilbert,
Mourning.
and Alonzo on the Wizards.
Yes.
I say yeah.
Yes.
I say yeah.
I'm looking at that
many
starting
chips?
lineup. I'm looking at that starting lineup already, and I just automatically.
I say what's your
have
predicted starting lineup? Because that's kind of hard to put together. Who you starting?
Gilbert at the 1, Bradley Beal at the 2, KP at the 4, Zoe at the 5. And this is going to be a stretch. I'm throwing D Wade at the 3.
That's wild. That's wild.
D Wade can hold it. D Wade plays enough defense. He can hold his own.
I say that will be the closing lineup.
Yeah,
but
to close
I
the
do
game.
believe Bradley Beal's coming off the bench and being the 6th man, getting at least 30 minutes too.
Yeah,
at
he has
30.
to. I feel like
Bill off the bench.
I feel like you have to.
Because I feel like you got to start Kuzma at the 3. I feel like you have to.
You have Gilbert Arenas, D Wade, Kuz, KP, and
because think about it.
Yeah.
2 6'4" big guards that can play defense. Then you have
3 big 3
6'9" to 6'10" wing at the 3 who can play defense as well. And then you got a 7'3" guy at the 4 or the 5, and then you got a strong big man at the 5.
And KP ain't
no. It don't matter.
KP not no lousy perimeter defender. KP is a decent perimeter defender, so I think it can work.
And if you think about it, Alonzo Mourning was candidate for DPOY multiple times. Like he led the league in blocks at one.
And
one season
KP would really
like,
be an upside on the help. On the help word.
I feel like Bradley Beal coming off the bench works perfect for that team, and they win at least 2 champ. They at least see the at least twice.
They see the finals twice and win it once. For that bench production with them trios is elite. You got Bradley Beal come off the bench, then you got Denny, then you got Rui, then you got Daniel Gafford. Oh my God, that bench production just with that trio alone, inserting in your starting lineup is enough to cause problems.
I'll give you one more.
Yeah, I think that's good. Word. I think they get 2. I think they could get 2. I think they get 2.
2? I say at least 2 finals, but I'm gonna give y'all one more. I'm going to give y'all Wilt Chamberlain, Scottie Pippen, and Byron Scott, and I'll put them on the Portland Trailblazers.
What the oh my God, man.
I don't know, bro. I don't know.
This nigga said, wait, hold on. I need to know one thing. Which Wilt are we getting? We're getting Prime. Philly Wilt, Golden State Wilt,
Prime.
Laker Wilt. You got to give me a Wilt.
Prime.
The best Wilt you've ever seen.
Warriors Wilt.
Golden State. So that's Golden State Wilt.
San Francisco, if you want to be technical.
San Francisco, if you want to be technical.
I already see the starting lineup is just like this.
Dame, Byron.
No. Byron Scott coming off the bench.
What?
Byron Scott's coming off the bench.
You don't think he could be like a Clay to Dame?
Byron Scott is coming off the bench. Dame, Anthony Simons, Scottie Pippen, Jeremy Grant, Scottie Pippen, Wilt Chamberlain. Byron Scott's coming off the bench.
Nah, you're crazy.
Byron Scott is definitely coming off the bench.
I feel like, you know why I say Anthony come off the bench? Because Anthony's got to be that spark plug off the bench to get them, be that 15 to 20 point per game scorer off the bench with Nurkic to be a 12 to 15 point per game scorer.
Scott, Scottie, Jeremy Grant, Wilt. And then I'll have Anthony Simons, Josh Hart, Shadon Sharp, and Joseph Nurkic coming off the bench. I'm only going to play 9 guys. I'm only playing 9 guys. Those are the only 4 coming. Yes, I'm going to play 9 guys. Those are the only 4 that will come off the bench for me. And they're going to produce because now I'm just going to either have Jeremy Grant in that lineup with them or I'm going to have Scottie in that lineup with them.
You can even run
And we're
Dame
gonna
in
be
that
fine.
lineup with
We're gonna
them.
be fine.
You could, you know, you obviously you're gonna be switching it out throughout the game, but I'm like,
Yeah.
I think that's a perfect lineup because Byron Scott could really be like a Clay to Dame. He could
He
sit
plays
there.
defense and he hits
Yup.
shots.
He's a better
And he's
defender
insane.
than Clay, and
And-
he's a real
And
good
you gotta-
shooter.
And think of and you may have not watched Byron Scott a lot, but he has very good basketball IQ.
Yes.
You know,
I see them winning.
And if he learns, he's already a decent off ball player. But you put him in this era, and he really learns to really move off the ball. He could be like a Clay to Dame. And then you got the defense with Scotty and Jeremy Grant and Wilt. Then a monster rebounder from Wilt with Scotty's amazing playmaking at that. That's like another Draymond at the same time. He could be like a Draymond for them as well. Because you know Scotty's playmaking.
I see them winning one ring.
I say two. I say two as well because Scotty playmaking is on another level. Word. And Dame scoring is on another level.
One. I'm sorry. Wilt Chamberlain's inconsistency to win in the finals. You go to the finals 13 times.
He didn't go to the finals 13 times. He went to the finals.
But guess what though?
6 times.
Okay.
He went to the finals 6 times and won 2.
Is stopping Wilt. What big?
Yeah, bro. Besides, like,
None of that.
Are you asking who's gonna stop Wilt or who's gonna contain Wilt?
None of them's gonna contain Wilt.
I mean, they're gonna obviously give him issues, but this is Wilt, bro. Wilt is gonna put some numbers up with Dame up there, bro.
The same way we talk about Giannis is how people looked at Wilt back then.
I'm not gonna lie, he gonna go crazy.
Back then.
I still see one. Wilt Chamberlain struggled against a non-scorer. I'm sorry. You struggled at your own position against a non-scorer.
He struggled.
Only 2 championships, bro.
He specialized in that.
He struggled against a bomb squad. That's what he struggled against. And when he got to the Lakers in his later years, he was mainly playing that nigga like first and like the conference finals and shit. I don't know. I think they get 2. I think they could get 2.
I still listen. If you take the thing I just talked about away, then I see 2. But I still see 1.
Who's stopping?
But who in the West will really give them a competition outside of the norm, the Warriors and the Suns? Think about it, and the Nuggets. Those 3, because those are the best 3 teams.
The Nuggets are not giving them a challenge.
Yeah,
but that's what
I think
saying,
the Nuggets could give them an issue.
Really gonna give them a challenge.
I think the Nuggets could give them.
You have Scottie Pippen and Jeremy Grant at the 3 and 4.
Look, when you play the Suns,
one of them is a lockdown defender, and the other one is an underrated lockdown defender.
They're beating the Suns. They're beating the Suns all for it.
They're beating the
Then
Suns.
you have a 7-foot monster in the middle of the floor that they can send you to.
Yeah, I think they get 2. I think they get 2.
And I don't even think they play man. Because if they play in this era, they're going to play zone. And if they play zone, it's going to get scary when it gets to those fast breaks.
The defensive front court of Jeremy, Scotty, and Wilt.
Scotty, Jeremy Grant, and Wilt. Yeah,
that's crazy.
Then you got
then you got 2 good ass rebounders with him and Nurk. Nurk on the bench, and then you got him being a good ass rebounder.
And then you also and don't sleep on Josh Hart. Josh Hart might not be no big name role player, but he drives a lot. He's a very hard player to deal with because he hustles. He'll grab. He don't have to score. He'll affect the game in different ways, whether it's playing defense or passing, whether it's rebounding the shit out of the ball. Like, you got to think about what goes on when you're playing against a team like that.
Yeah, I'll say they get their floor is at least 1, but I'll say they get 2.
That's a tough team.